Welcome. This is Bill Swartz in Scottsdale with Rideshare Redemption. My story, from riches to rags to rideshare. Reasons to believe in a changing America. Today's episode is entitled Heartbreaking. B-R-A-K-I-N-G. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking is not so much a skill as an involuntary response, which can be honed and made more intentional over time. Heartbreaking occurs when you experience a moment which stops your heart in its tracks. It occurs when you instantaneously embrace that moment, and nothing else matters but living inside of it as fully as you are able, for as long as you're able. I was incredibly fortunate to sit by my father's side when he passed, holding his hand. Days later, upon my return home, when a butterfly landed on the same hand for the first time in my life, and I knew it was him saying goodbye, those were both heartbreaking moments. This week, I had one again, and it has not left me yet. A woman got in the car Tuesday, running late for work. Very sweet, but clearly she was having one of those days where one is just barely keeping their emotional head above water. Right away, she reminded me of my mother. My mother was the sweetest, best, and most holy person I ever met. She suffered her whole life, and yet I never heard a single word about it. So, of course, I'm thrilled to be able to give her the Royal Rideshare Redemption treatment. I let her know all that mattered on this ride was her, and she should settle in and find some peace till we got to work. As we drove, we traded small comments about the difficulties of parenting adult children. I joked about my own estrangement issues, trying to lighten the mood. Major point. Some moods are not meant to be lightened. After speaking about a daughter at the start of the ride, she mentioned a son. And then another son. Quietly, almost more to herself than to me. And in an instant, everything changed. She was quietly telling me about losing not one son, but two, over the past 10 years, to violence. Without hesitation, I reached back and wrapped my hand around both of hers and held it firm. In a world with a wall at every turn, walls to keep feelings and people out, there was going to be no wall in my car for this woman today. For the rest of the ride, I held her hand tight, and we cried together, both of us, the whole way. And what I thought about was that, although I do not see my children, and often wonder what punishment could be worse, no punishment could be worse than what my new friend had endured. And yet she was one of the most gracious, thankful, and warm-hearted people I ever met. Before she got out, I requested and got her information. I've already been in contact to let her know how much she touched my heart and my life. This video is the best way I could think of to say thank you and to honor the memory of her sons and her struggle. And to say thank you for her offer of friendship, which I have accepted. Heartbreaking. B-R-A-K-I-N-G. Heartbreaking. Giving your entire focus to a moment that stops your heart in its tracks. It is said it's not the breaths you take, but the breathtaking moments. I say it's the heartbreaking moments. If love is a room in your heart with someone's name on it, then I have a room in my heart forever for my passenger and her family. Peace.